Hey guys, hope you're all doing well. Operation Pump is a go. We've got session number 6 lined up today, which is an upper body workout. Really looking forward to it. The order of events are parallel bar dips, aka the upper body squat, as coined by Mike Mentzer. And I think it's true, it's a really underrated push exercise. Brilliant. I used these extensively when I first started, kind of moved away from them, but picked them up recently. And I'm really enjoying them. Especially good if you've got like a short session lined up, you haven't got much time. You can combine that with chins or pull-ups for a fantastic upper body superset. Really effective. The second exercise is easy bar upright row. Really feeling those lately. Then I've got a single arm lat pull down with an open grip, so it's like a soft kind of rounded grip, great for anyone with elbow or wrist tendonitis, as opposed to a regular bar where you kind of have to hold on quite tight. And then to finish, I've got my heavy tricep exercise, the straight bar pushdowns. So great order of events, really looking forward to the session. What I'm going to do now, I've just got to the gym, I'm going to have plenty of water, I'm going to have a little bit of salt and a chocolate bar. And that's going to give me a really good pump. I'm going to show you at the end of the session kind of what the pump's like. Bear in mind I'm only doing 4 exercises, 4 sets, so 1 set per exercise. There's not a lot of work there, but the pump will be substantial. You don't need these pump formulas. Yes, they work, but you have simple products at your disposal that work just as well. As long as you're, number 1, hydrated well, lots and lots of water. Number 2, you're adequately fed with carbohydrates. And number 3, you can kind of play around with salt and simple sugars immediately before or during a workout to kind of get the effect that you want. This tends to do the trick. L-arginine as well I've used in the past. My first couple of competitions, and I found that worked quite well. Really improved my vascularity as well. It's already pretty good anyway. But yeah, honestly, you don't need to spend money on these supplements. Just simple food and water will suffice. So yeah, what I'll do, I'll train, give it a good session, and then do some posing at the end. So last session coming up the day after. I've just got arms, so nearly finished this cycle. Really looking forward to today. Going to get in the gym, give it a good go. So I'll just show you what I'm doing with the salt. So yeah, it's just good quality sea salt. Either get Malden sea salt or Celtic or some kind of rock salt. You don't want table salt. So I'm going to have a little bit of that. I'm going to place it on the tongue and just let it dissolve. You could dilute this in water, but I haven't got a cup with me or anything, so I'm just going to shove it in. One thing I noticed, salt really helps with pumps. Like before a competition, salty snacks, along with a lot of sugar, obviously carbohydrates, it just really brings out a pump a lot more. The vascularity goes crazy, your muscles feel like they're going to explode. It always look your best after a cheat meal. It's because of the salt. So if you're lacking pumps during a workout, or as I said, just go to the list that I mentioned earlier. But okay, so I'm just going to wash that down now. And have a little bit of chocolate, although it's probably melted. Just going to put that up there for a bit. Double decker. Nice. So yeah, chocolate bars not something I eat too much of. One here and there. I don't think it's a big deal. And people doing a lot worse things for their health than eating a chocolate bar occasionally. Just gives you a nice little kick for that workout. And for me personally, when combined with salt, like you're covering all bases, just gives you a crazy pump. Not that I think a good pump is indicative of a good session or building muscle in the long term, but just good feedback. Feels good, doesn't it? I think it's important not to rate the quality of a session on whether you get a pump or not. because you can achieve fantastic progress avoiding a pump altogether, sticking to low reps, doing compounds, just progressively overloading, as I've said before in previous videos. But it is nice, it's fun to get a good pump. You know, I don't want to avoid it because I enjoy it. So we'll give it a go today. 4 exercises, 4 working sets to see what I can do. Gonna enjoy the rest of this bar, and I'll see you in the gym, guys. Yeah, forgot to mention, obviously the best way of consuming salt and sugar prior to a workout or before a competition, whatever, for pump, is just to mix salt with like a strong tasting sugary drink like orange juice, because you take away that kind of really salty flavour. That's one way of doing it. Okay, last warm up. 40 kilos. It's one of those exercises where you really need to do quite a lot of warming up. More sets than usual to feel good and ready for your working set. You actually can increase the weight on the dips and it starts to feel easier. 2 sets, 2 at body weight. The second set feels substantially easier than the first. It's quite bizarre. It's one of the exercises where I really take time to make sure I warm up. Let's do 1 or 2 now. It's all good. Let's get to it. Work to do. Nice, weights on, half a K aside. We'll get 46K, get around 8 reps. Okay, so I've got the back work now. Single arm lat pull down. 4 big plates, or 3 big plates, 2 smalls. I did this 2 cycles ago. It was broken last cycle, so I had to use this one here. I managed 6 reps. Let's see what I can do. I'm using the soft handles here, the open handles, which are quite comfortable. Really good for anyone with wrist or elbow tendonitis, because you don't have to grip as hard and just keep an open palm. So it's always going to be better for elbow issues. So bear that in mind. If you see those handles lying around, your elbow's a bit tweaky, then use them. Okay. Let's do this. Okay, about 7.5 there. But you find a lot of lat pull downs or any back machine in general, you've never quite got enough room to get a full stretch to the top. So to pass that, what I need to do would be to kneel down. Then again, you've got to then face the prospect of having to weigh yourself down appropriately when you go heavier. With two hands, it's not an option. With one hand, you can just about get away with it. Still not ideal. Okay, a little bit of progression over 2 cycles. What I'm going to do now though is drop the weight. I'm going to do one more, just because it didn't feel that great. Range of motion's just not ideal. So I'm going to grab these pads and I'm going to kneel down just to get a better stretch. So this will enable me just to get a bit better range of motion. You have to make sure you're close enough so you're not pulling back. And that again depends on the length of the seat. If it's too far out, it's going to be awkward, you're going to be pulling back. Okay, it's as close as I can get it. Oh, 15. Oh, that was a good set. It just feels so much nicer when you get a decent stretch. That's one problem about back machines. A lot of them are just ineffective in that you can't get those last 1 to 2 inches. Cables aren't long enough. It's the same as the plate loaded ones. So I have to use a pad to increase that ROM. That was a good set though, feel really, really good. It's a searing pain. I'm going to try and match that on my left hand now. Okay, on to the tricep element of the workout now. Bar tricep pushdowns. Nice and heavy. Reps are going to be quite low, 6 to 10. Using a camber bar here, just a bit more comfortable. Little finger on the curve of the bar. Just feel a little less stress on that than I do on the straight bar. For these, I'm trying to get my body weight over the bar. Full ROM. Big squeeze at the bottom. So the purpose of this belt is just to make it easier to lift heavier. I'm adding 25 kg to my frame, so I'm less likely to lose my balance and rigidity when I start pushing down. It's a lot of weight. It really does help out. I've added 1.25. We'll try and hit 8 reps.
Great set. Extra 2 reps in the bag.
My back's just a little bit tight from yesterday doing the safety bar squats, so I'm having trouble kind of standing up straight. It's not better than it was last night, but it just might affect some of the poses. So yeah, pretty good pump considering only 4 exercises. Like I said, it is subtle when you do train like this. You're never going to expect like a massive pump in one body part, but across the board I'm definitely more pumped from utilising the salt. I've made sure I drink loads of water and the chocolate bar, as opposed to nothing 2 days ago when I'd last trained upper body. So let's run through a few poses. So I'm just going to run through the poses again, do them in the proper order, just for a little bit of extra practice. So that's the session done. Really enjoyed that. Short and sweet, but did what I needed to do. I mean, that's why I designed the protocol, so I could get into the gym, finish it up within 45 to 60 minutes. So I do 4 on, 4 off. Obviously time is very short when I'm on doing my 12-hour shift. There's travel time, there's clients, whether it be face-to-face or online, I've got food prep, all this kind of stuff that I need to do on top. So time is very, very limited, but I still want to train. I don't want to miss 4 days, of course. So I just make sure that I get in and do what I need to do, focus on progressive overload, because that's the best you can do when you've got limited time. So yeah, overall, pleased with the progress I'm seeing, albeit it's very slow, but it's still moving in the right direction considering the variables and lifestyle, going through a lot of stress and working a lot, not really sleeping. I've switched to night shifts, never done that before, so pretty pleased. I feel great, to be honest. I feel like I've got loads of energy, my mood's pretty good, so I can't complain really at all. Feeling pretty juicy now. I've had more water, that really helps. Just finished the posing, so I feel like the pump's kind of coming back a little bit. Arms are feeling good. I have to give them a measure, I'm not sure. Tomorrow is my arm day, so I'd expect them to be even more pumped. It's got a little bit of a tweak in my left elbow. It prevents me from squeezing my bicep as hard as it could. It's kind of never quite solid. Yeah, expect the pump to be really, really good tomorrow. So looking forward to that one. I'll film it as usual. Full arm session, and that will just be kind of quite flexible with what I do. It's my kind of relaxing session of the week where I just do what I fancy, really. So yeah, looking forward to it. Do one more little pose before I finish this video.